Welcome students, this is your functions video for our countdown to STAR. We have 10 school days left before STAR, and so we're going to start out with functions here. Alright, one of the first things we learned about functions was to determine, is it a function or not? Okay. The two ways that we learned were if we were given numbers, we learned what to do, and if we were given a graph, we learned what to do. So if we were given numbers, like for example a table of values 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, we told you guys to look at the X column only, and you're looking to make sure there are no repeaters in the X column that go with different Y values. So 1 goes with 6, 2 goes with 7, 3 goes with 10, 4 goes with 12. So yes, this is a function. An example of a non-function would be something like this: 1, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. 1 goes with 5 and 1 goes with 6. So this is not a function. It works the same way if you have an ordered pair: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. You just look at the first number and make sure that you don't have any repeaters. If you have repeaters, then you look at the second number to make sure it's a different or same number. So this would be yes, it's a function. We also talked about if you have a mapping. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. So mapping has the arrows here. So if you say them out loud, 1, 5, 2, 7, 3, 8, this is a function because it does not repeat. Same thing here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 3, 1, 5, 2, 6. This is not a function because 1 repeats there. The ones that confuse people the most are ones like this: 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 7. The x's never repeat, so this is a function. It doesn't matter whether the y's repeat, that's not part of the rules. Okay. Right. If we have a graph, we taught you the vertical line test, and some teachers call it the pencil test, but basically you run a vertical line across the graph and it can only hit or intersect one time. Right. So if I have this graph right here and I start drawing these vertical line down, that hits once, 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 once. So this is, yes, that is a function. If I have a straight line, draw down 1, 2, or sorry, hits once, 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 once. So this is, yes, this is a function. If I have a graph that looks like an S, here it only hits once, so it looks like a function, but right here it hits 1, 2, 3 times, and so that is a no. There's only one straight line that is a no, and that straight line would be a straight vertical line. Because if you drew straight down that line, it would hit in all of these places, and so that would be a no. Any other straight line is going to be a yes. And so if you try the vertical line test, if it hits more than once, then it's no. Once, then it's yes. The next thing we did with function was function notation. So function notation. And function notation was simply taking the y equals and switching it out with f of x. So if we had an equation that said y equals 3x plus 2, the y came out and we said f of x equals 3x plus 2. So f of x is the same as y, and that's important for you to know when you're typing it into the calculator, because if you see f of x equals, this can be put into your calculator just like anything else. Also, if it asks you what is the value of f of x, it's wanting to know what is the value of y. And you'll even see sometimes, like on our last checkpoint, we had a table, and the table was set up like that, f over there, and then, x on the left and f of x on the right. This was just x and y. Function notation, and the next thing, and that's function evaluation. And evaluation just means you're going to plug in a number and you're going to do the math. So you might be asked to do f of 3 for 3x plus 2. This value used to say f of x, so x has been replaced with 3, so in here we're replacing that x with 3, and then evaluate just means do the math. So we're going to do the math here. 3 times 3 is 9, 9 plus 2 is 11. Okay. Another way to do function evaluation is in the calculator. You go into your calculator and you would enter in the y equals button, you would type in 3x plus 2, and then you would hit second graph, and you would go to your table, and if x is 3, what is the value that go with it? And this is especially helpful when you have to do a series of numbers. If it asks you, if it tells you that the domain is 1, 3, and 5, and it wants you to find the range values for it, then it would be helpful to go to the table and see what y goes with 1, what y goes with 3, and what y goes with 5. Another reason why the calculator is helpful is you have to find f of negative 3 in something like x squared plus 2. It's tricky how you enter this into the calculator, and if you type it in this in y equals and you go to the table and check to see what goes with negative 3, then there's no errors that you can make. But if you do decide to type it into your calculator, when you do this, you've always got to plug this whole thing in with parentheses right here for the x. So you're putting that in parentheses, the square would go on the outside, plus 2. So this is negative 3 times negative 3, which is positive 9, plus 2 is 11. So this is negative 3 goes with 11. Okay. Remember to bring this into your teacher, and hopefully they'll give you extra bonus points, and we'll do a video each night leading up to the STAR test.